All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, parents, Harding parents. My name is Norberto Nunez. I'm the principal here at Harding School. We want to welcome all the brand new parents to our school, kindergartners and new students to our district. Welcome to Harding Dual Immersion School. Like I said, I am the principal of the school. It's my second year. It's an awesome school, great staff, great students, great parents. So we're looking forward to working with you this year, even though it's going to be an interesting year. Um, we're learning as we're going along, and we're trying our best. So we ask for your patience. As we're moving along as a district and a school site. If anything, any concerns or questions you might have, feel free to reach out to the school, email myself. My email is on the website, or there's a general email address for the school. It's hardingeagles@ecsd.org. So just remember that, hardingeagles@ecsd.org, and that email will come to me and to the secretaries, and one of us will try to answer your questions. So I have a PowerPoint that I'm going to share with you. It's some key information that all our principals, we're all having a meeting right now. So every school site principal is having a meeting right now in English, and then we'll have a Spanish at 6 o'clock. So we'll share a PowerPoint with you. We're all sharing the same information. There is, you're allowed to, you'll be able to ask questions. So joining me also is Pam Beltran, who's our reading coach. So she's going to be monitoring the Q&A, the chat. And so if you have any questions, feel free to post them on there. And as I go through the PowerPoint sections and I finish a certain section, I'll ask Pam, is there any particular questions that we can answer? And we'll try to answer as many questions as we can within the hour. Hopefully we can answer all of them. If not, I promise you, I'll let you know. I don't have the answer. I'm not gonna, try to make something up. I will tell you the truth, I don't know it. And then we will try to get that answer for you. I'm planning on posting on our website, our class dojo, some frequently asked questions, or if I need to get back to somebody in particular in regards to a particular question, feel free to put your name on there, and then Pam will write your information down, and we'll try to get a hold of you tomorrow or as soon as we can. So let me share my screen with you. I'm going to share you my PowerPoint.
Mr. Nunez, while you're doing that, one question is, where will this video be posted for future reference?
That's a good question. I'll have to check with our technology department to see where they can post it. I don't know if we can post it on our website or our class dojo, but we will get that cleared for you, and as soon as it's posted, we'll share that information as well. That's a good question. We are recording now, so we're recording the video, so that way my plans, like I said, was to record it, and that way if some people can't attend right now, then they can watch the video later. Okay, here's our presentation. Again, welcome everyone to the 2021 school year. And like I said, welcome to anybody who is new to our school site, Harding Elementary, home of the Eagles. So as we're moving along to these slides, like I said, if you have any particular questions, post them on the Q&A, and we'll try to answer them. So the first one I want to share with you, a lot of you might have seen this already, but if you haven't, this is the El Centro School District District Learning Plan for this school year. As you know, the state has required us to come up with a plan for those districts that are in counties with a high rate of COVID cases. So we are, as you've probably seen the national news and local news, one of the highest, and not the highest at one point in the US. So based on that, the district is working in conjunction with our county health department, and as soon as we're cleared by them, then the district can make a decision of where we move forward from there. But for right now, we are going with a virtual learning distance for this school year. This is the actual document that it's public domain. If you go to the district website, and it's taking me there, here's our district website. You can find it right here in the right-hand corner, and we have it in English and in Spanish. So if you have any family members in English, Spanish, the document is translated in Spanish as well. But if you look at the document, it's going to have more detailed information than some of the information I'm sharing. A lot of it's coming from the document, but if you want more detailed information, you can look at that document. So that's on our central website, okay? Um, so as you've been hearing the news and news from our superintendent, Mr. Nadeau, we are uh, we are going to be starting the school year in virtual learning, and it's something that's been recently enacted by our state and some state following state guidelines. And so one of the things that the state is requiring as a district, if we're going to go virtual learning, is we have to provide a device and connectivity to every child that's participating in distance learning. So as you know, our devices that we're using are Chromebooks. And so each student in our school site should have a Chromebook. If you're new to district, kindergartners, or any new student, we'll be giving you a call. We'll have distribution dates, and I'll give you the information right now where you can come and pick up the Chromebook. If you have the Chromebook from last year, it still works. The students will continue using the same Chromebook. Okay, so we'll get more information in another slide. The other thing that the state that is required by the state is that we have live interaction. For every child with a teacher and other students. So our teachers will be meeting with they have to meet with your student, with your child on a daily basis through online distance learning. We have to have equivalent to in-person instruction. So that means everything that we do has to meet our state standards, has to have the same rigor as we would if our children or our students were here at the school site. And then the other thing is required is we do have to have interventions for English learners and our special education students, okay? Communication here in the district is, as you know, this year is gonna be something very important. I had a meeting with our staff, with our teachers this morning. We were in trainings and meetings all day, but big emphasis, of course, for me was making sure that our communication is on point, that we're actively communicating with our parents and students. So some of the things that we have here that can help you be in touch with our school, with our school and our teachers and what's going on with the child's learning. Obviously, we have an app. It's called Parent View. You can have there's a phone app for it, and you can also log into the on your desktop or laptop. And Parent View, obviously, if you never use it, is an account where you log in and it has your children, your child or your children, and they're in the district. So if you have any student here in our school, let's say you have 5 kids and all your kids would be on the Parent View. If you have a child in junior high, then they will also be connected to your account. So if you haven't logged into your Parent View, we ask you to call the school site and we can provide you the information. Some of you'll need your passwords. If you've already logged on before and you use the email, it should be the same email, same password. But again, I said if you can log in, make sure that you give us a call. It will be active. It's already active, but officially active on Friday, on this coming Friday, the 21st. Sorry, that's not the right date. Yeah, it is. Sorry about that. Talking to myself. So the 21st on Friday, you can log in and you'll be able to see your child's teacher. Some of you are probably logging in, you can see it already. But just to let you know that we are still adding students around based on numbers. So just in case you see a teacher today and you see a different teacher on Friday, it could be the case where we had to move students around to level classrooms, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so it's not final until Friday. And we will also post those classes outside the school grounds starting on Friday afternoon as well. That way you know who your child's teacher is for this coming school year starting on Monday. One of the big tools that we'll be using this year as a district-wide is an application called Class Dojo. A lot of you are familiar with it. Some of our teachers in previous years have been using Class Dojo. They've used it as a communication tool with our parents, and mainly also as a type of reinforcement, discipline type of program where the kids receive points for being on task, et cetera, et cetera. So that is something that we're going to be using school district-wide, which all the schools in our school district will be using Class Dojo. I'm becoming familiar with it also because I will be using where I will be pushing out information through Class Dojo. as well as our social medias and school website. But this will be the main communication tool between you and your child's teacher. So we'll be pushing out that information to your child this coming weekend, where they'll be able to log in on Monday and go into their classrooms with their teacher. A lot of your students, they already know how to use it because they've used it in the past, which is great. But in case you don't know how to use it and you want to know how to use it as a parent, the district is offering some trainings for that, and I'll show you that information as well. I didn't want to read this to you, but just let me look through, make sure that I don't miss anything. In addition, we still will be using our teleparent, which is our phoning system that we will, also shoot out messages via phone when needed. And like I mentioned earlier, we'll still be using our social medias to communicate with parents. But again, this will be the main platform that we'll use school-wide, is the Class Dojo. And like I mentioned earlier, these are other forms of communication we have here at our school site. We have our school website that has a lot of information as well. Our Facebook, pretty active, so we do a pretty good job of keeping that up to date. So a lot of things are on there. So whatever you see on Class Dojo, you'll see on social media, on our Facebook and on Instagram. So there's our addresses in case you want to log into our social media and become like our page or become follow our Instagram. And like I said, we'll be posting information there as well as Class Dojo and our school website. Any questions so far on that? Pam, do we have any questions that we need to answer?
Yes, there was a question regarding when they should expect to hear from their teachers on Class Dojo, and with notification of their like Zoom links or any announcements.
Good question. Like I mentioned earlier, we're working on pushing that out. My goal is to push it out before Friday. That way, if there's any questions or concerns, you can call this. But start looking for that information in your child's Class Dojo. Hopefully before Friday, we'll start pushing out the information. And on there, we'll have the link for your child's teacher and where they can connect on Monday morning to be online with their teacher. Good question.
And then are you able to also notify parents via email instead of Class Dojo?
Yes, without a doubt. The only thing is that just make sure the school site has your email. A lot of parents, our students have their own email addresses. So a lot of parents think that we can use that, but that's the information that goes to the students. So in order for us to email you, we do need for you to call the school and give us the information or update it, on your parent view. And that way we can download your addresses. And then when we send the teleparent, which is the phone calls, we can also send emails. So if we have email addresses, the message will go to you as well from teleparent. Good question.
That's it up to now.
Perfect, thank you. All right, next will be our I'm just gonna give you a brief overview, glimpse of class schedules. Obviously, if some of you have seen the distance learning plan from the district, all the schedules are there. But I'm just gonna show you a kindergarten and fifth grade one just to give you an idea of what it entails. And if you want to see your child's particular grade, then you can log on to the website and I'll show you how to do that and where to find that information. So right now, the way we're going to work elementary school schedules is that every grade level, kinder to sixth grade, is going to have a Monday schedule. So everybody will do the same thing on Monday. And it entails, it's going to be a morning meeting via Zoom with the teacher. So it'll be whole group, the whole class with the teacher on Monday morning. There'll be intervention small groups that day as needed. So as our teachers are teaching and going over lessons and they're seeing, student data, just looking at kids are answering or participating or collaborating, making decisions on who's actually understanding the lesson and who needs some extra help. The teachers throughout the day are going to invite certain students back at a certain time so they can have small group interventions with the students. So that'll be happening, the intervention small groups. There's going to be assignments in Google Classroom, and we'll talk about that as well because there's two main platforms we'll be using, Class Dojo for communication, and Google Classroom will be the main platform where teachers are going to push out information to students, assignments, etc. There will be the Google Classroom. And then we'll also some enrichment Zoom classes for those students who need to be challenged a little bit more. The teachers will work with them as well. So that'll be the same schedule for everybody on Monday. And then Tuesday to Friday will be a schedule for each grade level. And again, it entails the following: a morning meeting via Zoom with teacher, Zoom classes, whole class, and small group as needed. So interventions, enrichments, those small groups. The teacher will be inviting certain students come back during certain times so they can work with them on Zoom. You'll have your assignments in the classroom, Google Classroom, and then there's teacher office hours that the teachers will have where you as a parent can email them or send messages to Class Dojo. You can send them an email, and like I said, our teachers are going to have dedicated time where they need to respond to you. And I told my staff today that I want everyone to be responded by at least if I get a message, if you send a message today, at least by the end of the day to the following day. So if that's not happening, reach out to me, and I will see what's going on. So this is a small glimpse of the kindergarten schedule. This is Mondays. This is what the kindergartners will do every Monday. As you can see, the district has broken it down by hours and minutes. Virtual classes start every day at 8 o'clock in the morning. As you can see, their kinder, they'll start at 8 o'clock. They can log into their Google Classroom and start looking at what the teacher has assigned for that week. Obviously, for kinder, it's going to be it's going to take them a little while to get it, but believe me, the kids will pick it up fast, and before you know it, they'll be experts on these Google Classroom and Class Dojo. Probably they'll probably be a lot better than some of us, particularly myself probably. So from 8 to 8:30, the teachers will put assignments in Google Classroom where the kids can start working on it. Then on Mondays, they'll meet from 8:30 to 9 o'clock in the morning. So when you look at the schedules, anytime you see like this aqua blue, that means that's Zoom time with the teacher, whole class. So it's a whole group instruction where the teacher will be instructing the whole class. So on Mondays, it will only be half an hour for our kinder students. And basically, the teacher log on there. They're going to be given, we're doing social emotional lessons this year as part of our curriculum. So they're going to have a little lesson on social emotional topics. And then more than likely, the teacher will explain what will be the schedule for that week. In particular, probably go into Google Classroom and go more into detail on what is expected for the kids to do on Mondays, Tuesdays, et cetera, et cetera. That way, when the kids are off Zoom, they can work on that independent work, and hopefully the teacher has done a great job and explain to them what they need to do. Again, if there's questions, again, email the teacher, send them a message to Class Dojo, whatever is best, meet your need to communicate with that teacher, okay? And then you see there from, after they meet with the teacher, then from 9 to 10, which is an hour, they'll start working on their Google Classroom assignments. Whatever is due for that day, whatever is due for that week, then you start getting to work on it. Obviously, kinder's not going to be as entailed as some of the upper grades, but they will have assignments as there as well. And then again, from 11 to 11:30, that's when the teacher will invite certain students. Either she'll send them an invite or let them know before they log out from the meeting. I need Johnny, Maria, and Jose or whatever. I need you guys to log back in at 11 o'clock because we're going to have a small group on whatever they're working on. Okay, so that'll be from 11:30. It could be where your child, if they don't need an intervention, it could be that day they just meet the teacher on Zoom for half an hour, and then the rest of the day they'll be working on their Google Classroom assignments, okay? And it could be where your child might be logged on with teachers back at 11 o'clock or with the forbidden studies, depending on their needs. So we'll give them a break from 11:30 to 12:30. We ask for 20 minutes of independent reading during that time. And then from 12:30 to 2:30, they will work on enrichment options or independent assignments in Google Classroom, okay? So that'll be going on. That's just a schedule to show you for kinder on Mondays. Any questions on Mondays?
No, but there is a question. Ms. Vallarta would like to know where she could look at these sample schedules on the ECESD website? Like what link?
I will show them if I got that right now in a second. It bears with
Okay,
me. Okay, perfect.
thank you.
Okay, so the next schedule is the Tuesday to Friday schedule for our kindergartners. As you can see there, remember the blue highlight indicates that the students are going to be online with the teacher and the whole class. Okay, so you can see there that on Tuesday through Friday, this is their schedule from 8 to 8:30. They'll log into the Google Classroom and start working on their independent work, whatever they need to work on. From 8:30 to 9:30, they will continue on independent work. And then at 9:30, they'll meet with their teacher for half an hour. They'll do a social and emotional learning lesson and other things they need to talk about, maybe clear up some assignments, et cetera, et cetera. Give them a break from 10 to 10:15. And then from 10:15 to 10:45, another 30 minutes, it'll be the reading foundation block. So the teacher will be working with the kindergartners on their reading foundations and English language arts activities. And that's half an hour. And then 10:45, 11:15, the students will have our students, our EL learners. The teacher will be inviting those students for another Zoom or small group instruction to work on their English language, ELD. Our other students will be working on independent assignments in Google Classroom, okay? And then at 11:15, 11:45, they'll log in for another half an hour, and that's when they'll be working on math activities, math instruction from the teacher, okay? And then they have their lunch break. They come back at 12:45, 1:45. The teacher will have independent assignments for students, and then she'll have small group instruction. So before she leaves, I would imagine to lunch, you'll let the kids know which kids need to log back in at 12:45 for that independent small group instruction, okay? And then again, 1:45 to 2:45, then the kids will finish the day working on their Google Classroom assignments as well, okay? So that's a kindergarten one. Let me show you an upper grade. I just picked in random, picked 5th grade. Again, 5th grade is pretty, like I said, Mondays are pretty much the same for across every grade level. They will have that half an hour time with the teacher. Well, the teacher will go over her Google Classroom and assignments for the week. That way they can start working on their independent work. And then as needed, she will invite in certain students for small group instruction from 10 to 11 as needed. So you can see that there's independent work, independent assignments in Google, and then the afternoon as well, there's enrichment options, independent assignments. So the teachers will have to provide enough activities on their Google Classroom where the kids can work on them independently, okay? It could be, homework practice lesson on what was taught that day during the Zoom lesson. It could be a project that they'll be working on for the week, et cetera, et cetera. So it could be some of our computer programs like Freckle Math. They could, the teacher's going to assign half an hour of Freckle Math a day. iRead for our small kids, our smaller students. They could do half an hour of iRead a day. So those are different activities that teachers will be putting on Google Classroom and our kids will be able to do throughout the day. So that's the one for Monday for our 5th graders. And as you can see, for Tuesday to Friday, this will be the schedule for our 5th graders. Again, the highlighted blue will be the time they will actually be online with the teacher or group instruction, okay? So you're looking at half an hour in the morning, 10 to 10:30. We have 10:45, 11:15, their language arts, English language arts. Then we have our ELD and independent assignments for those students that need our ELD instruction. Then we have another half hour of math instruction with the whole group, the whole group and the teacher through Zoom. Lunch, and then we have our independent assignments in small groups. And then again, to finish the day is independent assignments in the classroom, okay? Any questions on those? These are the instructional days and minutes required by the state right now for distance learning. We are required to have 180 instructional days. That's like a regular school year. We always have 180 instructional days. But here's the minutes. These are the minutes that the state is requiring for our students to be involved with their teacher via teacher instruction and then through the assignments on Google Classroom. We don't have TK, but if you have a TK in another school, they're required to have 3 hours, okay? Now, if you think about it, well, let me go to the kindergarten because I haven't looked at the TK because when I have TK, I didn't look at that. But look at kindergarten. Kinder 3rd grade is required 230 minutes. That's 3 hours and 50 minutes of actual teacher instruction and and independent assignments that the state is requiring, okay? So if you think about it, 3 hours and 50 minutes, I know looking at the kinder schedule, they are meeting with the teacher an hour and a half a day. So that means an hour and a half is already covered of those 3 hours. That means there's going to be another 140 minutes if that's what's left over, right? That my 90 and 50, 140 minutes. So it'll be 100. It should be at least 140 minutes of independent work that the students should do the rest of the day. Okay. And if you look at our upper grades from fourth grade to the junior high, the state is requiring 4 hours of distance learning time. So that's including being online with the teacher and then doing their independent classroom, their Google Classroom assignments, okay? And Ms. Vallarta, if you're asking, if you go to the district website, again, like I showed you, and you open up the document, it's actually page 44, and that's in English and Spanish, page 44, and that's the appendix. So if I scroll all the way to the bottom, what's our goodness? I'm talking to myself, sorry about that. You can see there's a lot of information on here. I mean, a lot of information, the technology, et cetera, that we'll be using. But if you can scroll down here fast enough to page 44, frequently asked questions are right there. General questions. There it is. So it's the only appendix. So if you start on page 44, as you can see, it's a little different, it's color coded, but there's a TK in kinder. Remember, they'll have the same schedule on Monday. So if you see right here, this first one, it says TK in kindergarten grades. So it shows you what they should be doing from 8 to 8:30 on Mondays, and then at 8:30, here's their meeting with the teachers. After they're done with the teachers, then they have the individual academic instruction. Our teachers will be in a staff meeting during that time. And then we have from 10 o'clock to 10:55, the small groups, the target instruction, and then the students will be working on their Google Classroom assignments. So you can see it's broken down here by color. Just make sure you look at the right one. So this is Monday for TK and kinder because they have the same schedule. This one's TK. So remember, we don't have TK here at Harding, but in case your child is TK somewhere else, you can look at that one. And here's a kindergarten one. So here's the kindergarten schedule for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Very similar to the one I showed you. The other one's more, I guess, reader friendly. This one, if you're more visual, there's the colors and the timestamps and all that, the minutes. But just keep going down. Every schedule there. Here's first to third. Again, be careful. Here's the Monday schedule. And then here's the first grade schedule for Monday schedule for first to third. Here's the first grade schedule for Tuesday to Friday, second grade and third grade. Okay. And if you keep scrolling, you'll find the fifth and sixth grade schedule as well. Same thing. Remember, fourth to sixth does the same thing on Monday, and then it's broken down by grade level for Tuesday through Friday. Okay. What the district try to do, as I guess as best as possible. I know that some of you might have multiple children in your home, and they're all going to have to be logging up. But you can see here, the district try to stagger some of the grade levels. Like I said, it's nearly impossible to do every single grade level. But like you can see here, if you have a fourth grader, then they're going to log on a little bit earlier than say your fifth and sixth grader. So that way, if there's a question with the internet, the internet strength or my fourth grader is yelling while he's in class and disturbing my fifth grader. Well, there's a stagger there. Like I said, we wish we could do it for every grade level, but it's just nearly impossible. So again, there's the fourth to sixth grade. Even junior high, if you're wondering what's going on with your junior high student, I know junior high is having a meeting right now too. They'll have their Spanish at 7 as well. But here's the junior high schedule also if you're interested to see what's going to happen with your junior high student. And then again, there's lots of information in the document. It's a public document. Again, it's on the website. Just go to the district website, and it's right to the lower right as you near to the top, and we have the Spanish version as well. Okay. Any questions in regards to schedules? That we have?
Not with regards to scheduling, but will students be provided with headphones the day they pick up Chromebook?
That's a good question. We do have the Chromebooks. We're still waiting on headphones. So as soon as we have headphones, um, I know that the district is buying several things that I don't know if headphones were included, but I think that's something as a school side. I know we bought some at the end of the year, and we'll make sure we get those out once they all come in. So we will let you know. Yeah, I mean, obviously headphones are great for the kids, and that way they're not distracted. Let's say they're like I said, if you have two siblings at the same time, they can have their headphones on. That way they don't disturb each other as they're talking, et cetera, et cetera. Good question. All right, then. So that's it. That's it for schedules. Let's talk about distance learning. One of the things that we want to share with you is just a disclaimer. The virtual classroom, you have to think of it as like if we were actually on campus. So much like when our students are on campus, when you register, we ask for permission if we can use your child's photo, etc. on our social media district website. So we get permission for you for us to post that information, post your child's picture and all that. We do have parents who opt out, and they have every right to. That's a choice that you can make. But the thing with Zoom right now, people are asking, will the teachers be recording the Zoom lessons during the day? Unfortunately, right now we can't record them just due to student privacy. We'd have to get every single student's permission, which we probably could. Some teachers might try it, and if that happens, then. But for right now, our district is not going to allow us to record any actual classroom instruction while it's going on, and that's again for student privacy issues. Okay. I want to talk about a little bit of if you haven't heard this terminology, it's a new term. Well, I won't say it's a new terminology, but it's something that we're going to use very frequently now. We have synchronous versus asynchronous and teaching. Okay, so when students, our students are going to be participating. They're going to be participating in both types of learning or this teaching every day. If we look at synchronous instruction, that means that synchronous is when the students are live with their teacher. So anytime they're on the Zoom platform with their teacher, that's live, that's synchronous teaching. Asynchronous is anytime they're not with their teacher, but they're working on schoolwork. So for example, when they go into their Google Classroom and they start working on their assignments, that's asynchronous instruction. If they're half an hour on iRead or half an hour on Freckle Math, that's synchronous instruction. And the reason we want you to be familiar with these terms is because the state is requiring us, that synchronous combined with asynchronous instructions will add up to our daily instructional minutes. One of the things our teachers are going to be doing is taking daily attendance, and they also have to take a participation attendance. And what that means is if our teachers assign a certain assignment during the week, then they're going to be checking off whether your child did it or not. And if they did it, that's documented in the assignment, and they spent those minutes working on the assignment. So that's documentation for us if we get audited or if the state asks for proof that we're meeting the instructional minutes on a daily basis. Okay. Any questions on that? I know those are their new terms are kind of.
Yes, there are a couple of questions. Will teachers record lectures or lessons in a separate portal for students to view should they need to go back and review? Do you want me to address this?
Right, Ben.
Okay, so what the teachers are encouraged to do is to screencastify, which is more or less to tape themselves, record themselves, explaining directions and instructions for lessons that they push out through Google Classroom or the other technology platform called Seesaw. So the teachers are encouraged to record themselves so that if we have students that are non-readers or if they're just more auditory learners that it's helpful for, that they will be explaining the instructions via a recording. It's just that the actual Zoom lessons, the live Zoom lessons will not be recorded. The other question was, will synchronous instruction be actual instruction performed by the teacher or just roll call or playing games as a class?
Uh,
Synchronous instruction is live instruction and it's pertinent. And remember, all of the instruction that we're required to give is standard based. We're supposed to have the same type of instruction we would have if we were doing person-to-person learning. So it's not going to be watered down curriculum. It's going to be actual standards based, our textbooks. They may have a platform that they push out that might be a little more engaging than just simply, talking about something. They could actually play a game, but it's based on a lesson or standards that they're teaching in the class. One more question. What will be done if a student has poor internet connection and is unable to log in?
That's a good question, and I'll try to answer that in one of the upcoming slides. So we'll let you know what the district will provide to help you out. Good question.
That's it for now.
Okay, so just want to review some of the Zoom protocols or expectations that we're going to have for our students. Like we're saying, this virtual distance learning is like we're at school. So students they need to log in on time when they log into their Zoom classrooms, and that way they don't miss any instruction that's going on. The teacher has to be able to see the students on the screen in order for them to be counted as being present. Okay, so it's important that our students know that they can't be playing around with the turn on the camera off, turning it back on, et cetera, et cetera. So it is a requirement that our teachers are going to be reminding our students that they have their cameras on at all times. One of the things just protect is just for our student privacy and the student safety. We don't know if somebody logs on and they have their camera off. They might say, Johnny Smith, but it could be, an adult or somebody that we're not aware of. And the last thing we want is somebody in there with being able to chat with our students, because they do have that feature that the teachers will turn off. But our kids are pretty savvy and they know how to chat with each other and get around that. But that's one of the reasons that we're going to ask that the child is on the screen. The screen is open at all times. It's not turned off, the video camera, I'm sorry. And that way, first of all, to take attendance, and also for safety reasons. We want to make sure, one of the things as a school, we have expectations. One of our expectations is making sure our kids are responsible. So one of the responsibilities should be that they're making sure that the computer is charged every night, and that way when they log on, they're ready to go. Last thing you want is a kid to log on and then the computer dies on them because they forgot to charge it. So making sure that they do that every night, or maybe have it somewhere it can stay consistently plugged in, that'll work best for them. Interesting question. A lot of parents have been calling and asking in regards to uniforms. Students do not to be in uniform. I had a parent ask me, what if I wanted a uniform? Well, that's up to you. So if you want your child in uniform, that's totally up to you. However, they do have to wear appropriate clothing. So we're asking no pajamas, no logos that are inappropriate on T-shirts, et cetera, et cetera. I think, we want the kids to take it as they're actually going to school. Unless it was a pajama day, they wouldn't be here with pajamas. I know when I'm in my pajamas, it's like it's my pajama day. And to me, in my mind, it's a kickback day. I ain't really going to do nothing. So, I don't know. Maybe we want to make sure that doesn't happen to them. That they're in pajamas and they think they're going to kick back all day, because we want them to work. Okay. Of course, students must use appropriate language, and no recording is permitted due to student privacy. Okay. So those are protocols that our teachers will be going with our students, but as parents, we also remind you to remind your student. Okay. Here's a good question. Can parents visit their child's classes online and participate in discussions? Okay. So here's the district answer. Parents are asked to be respectful of the purpose of online classes. Parents should never participate in an online class or communicate with the teacher or the students during instructional time. Again, if we were here at school site, and you come to school site and you want to, you come to the front office and tell Ms. Fielder, I want to go visit this classroom. I want to go talk to so-and-so. More likely, she would tell you that, you need to make an appointment with the teacher or with Mr. Nunez. But last thing we want is send you over there and you interrupt the instructional time. Also, your child will be online. You'll be able to see a screen. So, it's kind of hard to tell you, not to look at the screen. But the thing, I think, if anything, we just want to make sure that the other kids aren't able to see anybody else just other than their classmates. Just like if we're at school, as adults, it's not permitted for you to, confront another student or talk to another student here on campus. You should be coming through the office and talking through me if there's an issue with another student. But I know I wouldn't like it that if somebody, talks to my child in regards to anything. So the same thing online. I know it's going to seem easy that, John, I keep see Johnny, bothering my kid through the chat and all that. Don't go on there and scold Johnny in front of all his peers. We ask you to wait till the class is over and send the teacher an email, a phone call, or a message via Class Dojo. All right.
Yeah, we have some questions here. Okay. So just for clarification, Mrs. Curry just let us know that headsets will be provided to students with the backpacks and other instructional materials that we'll be sending home.
Thank you.
Another question is for the parent view. Do the parents have to call the school to get the access key code? And how would we know that our child's email, how do they know their child's email?
Good question. Yes, you can call the school site, but more when people are we're asking you, you can email me. I'm pretty fast about returning that information. It just takes a couple of seconds. However, we ask that you take a picture of your ID and send it, just to make sure it's you. I can be asking. I can email Mr. Diaz. I want Jose Lopez and Mary Lopez information. I'm their parent. But I don't know that. And so just to verify, when I go into the system, I go into Serengy, into Parent View, I'll type in your name as parent, and it'll come up, and I'll check children, and tell me the children. Then I know it's you, and then I delete it. I don't have no need for a copyright license other than that, but just to make sure. So you can email me, you can call the school site. But what it takes, if you've never been on there, it's going to take for us to create another key. So I have to go into the system and reset your key, and then I will then I'll send you a PDF with a letter and your information. I'll log in, and that way you can log into Parent View. Same thing if you get locked out. I usually go in there and try to make sure nobody's locked out, and if I see anybody locked out, then I'll unlock it. A lot of people they forget they've already logged in. They forgot what email address they used to logged in. Passwords, I can't help you with passwords. I can't see passwords. I can reset your password. I'll give you a generic one, and then that way you'll be forced to change it when you log in. But anything like that, email me, nnunez@ecsd.org, or the Harding Eagles at ecsd.org, or call the school. You can also call technology department. They can help you out as well. Good question. That it, Pam, for that? Okay. Now we're going to go to attendance. So we got 5:15. We're almost done. So for attendance, students must be present. So students are required to attend all classes offered live during regular school hours between 8 and 3 p.m. Okay. If your child does not attend the designated time, it's going to result in a recorded absence. So when the teacher is logging in on their Zoom, they're also opening up their attendance page on Zenergy, and they're taking attendance. So anybody they'll see right there and there, they're going to mark him absent. Here's the thing. If your child, for whatever reason, misses the 8:30, 9 o'clock, let's just say they missed the first half hour because maybe he was throwing up or whatever, wasn't feeling good. But let's say at 10 o'clock he feels good. He wants to join the 10 o'clock Zoom session. By all means, have him log on. And the teacher says, okay, Johnny wasn't here at 8:30, but now here's at 10. Then guess what? They're going to credit for being on there. So the teacher will go back in there and change that from an absent to being present, okay? So that's very important that your child does that. The only thing is your child has to, the teacher has to make sure that they're able to see your child on the screen. So in order to be credited for that day, the teacher has to see him on the screen during that Zoom session.
Okay, another question. Can you guys provide desks for students at home?
Wow, that's a good question. That's something I would, I don't know, Ms. Curry can answer that for us. If not, I'd have to ask, I would have to get back to you. Okay, reporting absences. We know that there will be times where your child does feel ill and, you know, they're ill. They're bedridden, they can't get up or whatever. They're just not feeling well. So if your child will be absent a day, you call it in like he was in the absent. Even though they're at home, we are doing distance learning, but you'll call in the office and report it to one of our secretaries here and let us know that your child will be absent for that day. Okay. Again, if your child feels ill, but it feels good enough to log on, you know, they can participate, you know, but if they're going to be on there, like I said, sneezing, coughing, you know, acting up a storm, and then we just ask you, you know, maybe it's best not to log in during that time. The thing also, if your child's feeling not too bad and they want to work on their Google Classroom assignments for that day, by all means, you know, the teachers are going to be monitoring that also as well. So if they see that, let's say if Pam was absent for all the Zoom meetings that morning, but they saw that she completed the activities on Google Classroom for that day, she's going to get credit for that. Okay, even though we didn't see her live, that is participation. So we are going to record that on our participation journals that teachers will. Okay. Any questions on that? Again, teachers will monitor student participation through daily attendance in Zoom classes and completion as class assignment, like I mentioned earlier. Our secretaries will also be monitoring. And
I just have a question about what if schools reopen and they don't.
When the school reopens and what?
If there's no, and they don't have uniform.
Well, you know, they don't have uniform. I would think you could just communicate with me and just let me know, and I can give you some grace period to get the uniforms. I know it'll be tough. You know, hopefully we'll give you enough time where, you know, we're gonna be opening by this date, and you'll have time to get those uniforms. And if you're having a hardship and you just can't have time, by all means, please just email me. We have resources where we can, you know, we can help you out if you need it, or if you just need, you know, I just need a week to find some, you know, whatever, some pants to fit them or whatever, you know, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. The Student Attendance Review Board, a lot of you are familiar. It's called our SAR process, and our our student service person in charge of that is Mrs. Selena Gonzalez. So she's in charge of Student Attendance Review Board. So just like if we were in school, if we have students that are missing a lot of days, you know, are considered truant, we will be calling parents and let them know that, try to find out what's going on, how we can support that family in case, you know, they're having issues logging on or et cetera, et cetera. You know, our goal is to make sure our kids are online every day. And if there's something that we can help you with to help them to keep them from missing class, that's what we want to do. But the SARB is still in effect. If we have child that we see that are missing a lot of our Zoom meetings and all that, then the district will be getting in contact with those parents. We will have a meeting with them, myself and teacher and parent, in regards to attendance and we have attendance contracts that we sign. And if it gets to the point where some kids are truant and it's excessive, then we have our meeting with our SAR board, and that it includes district personnel, myself, parents, and reviewing attendance, see how we can help you out. Our goal, of course, is not, you know, we don't want to, you know, be slapping parents' hands and oh, you're in trouble. No, we want to help you. So, you know, we have students that miss a lot of school, and sometimes we don't know why. And if parents don't reach out to us, and there's something we can help them with, unless they don't reach out to us, it's kind of hard for us to know what's going on. And usually when Ms. Gonzalez or one of her other staff members goes in home visit, that's when we find out, you know, he had some type of illness or et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, constant communication with us in regards to absences, that's a key. If they're going to be absent, call it in. And like I said, if they're absent for the morning half and there's still the afternoon half activities, then have them participate. You'll still get credit for that. In regards to attendance. All right. So distribution of Chromebook materials and supplies. If your child has their Chromebook from last school year, the end of the school year, they keep that Chromebook, they keep using the Chromebook. Unless there's something wrong with it, then let the school know, call the technology department, let us know something's going on with it, and we'll replace that for you. But if they have their Chromebook and it's working all that, they keep that Chromebook. We're giving Chromebooks to, we're having Chromebook distribution for any student who turned them in. Some people turned them in the last school year. So we'll give you another Chromebook. Our new kindergarten students, today we started with some of them. We were calling them in to come in and pick up their Chromebooks. If it's damaged or something like that, please don't be, oh, they're gonna charge you. No, bring it in. We're not gonna charge you. We'll replace it. Hopefully it's not something that's being careless, and then we'll just, just ask your child to, be responsible, take care of it. That is their Chromebook, and they're gonna need it all school year, even when we come back. But if it's broken or something happened to it, let us know and we'll replace it, okay? We need to make sure everybody has it, okay? So there's the distribution dates. Tomorrow we'll have first and second. Again, if you're brand new to our school and your child, or you turned it in last year, come in between those hours, 8:30 and 2 o'clock. We have a classroom right next door that will be distributing Chromebooks from there. And we have to follow our social distancing guidelines. If you're gonna come on campus, we need you to have a mask on, and we'll have direction out there where you stand and all that. We'll have shades for you. We don't want you to stand under the heat too long. So that'll be tomorrow for first and second. Third and fourth will be Wednesday. Fifth and sixth will be on Thursday. And Friday will be anybody who wasn't able to show up on their designated date, okay? If for some reason you can't come any day, call the school, and then we'll have you come talk to Mrs. Huerta, our lab supervisor, and she can make arrangements on when you can come pick it up if it's not during those designated days, okay? Here's the connectivity. Somebody was asking, what if my student or what if my child's having a hard time connecting, or the connectivity is not that great? Here are some websites you can go to. Obviously, it is for a free Spectrum, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. But some of them do offer discounts. Verizon, T-Mobile, they have like a discount. I don't know the requirements, but that's something you can do. If you absolutely can't, you know what, it's not feasible for me to get that right now. We do have some devices. They're called BorderLink devices. And you just let us know, call the school that you need that, and then we'll have that available with you. They're not the greatest in certain, I think like any connectivity, certain areas, they're not that great, but hopefully it'll give you some connectivity. And like I said, it's free, and it's just for that time when the kid needs to go online, and it'll allow them to go on the web and connect to their Zoom meetings and all that, okay? Materials, we're gonna have distribution dates. It might not happen this week, which is okay, but it might happen next week as we're starting school. But the district has ordered a backpack for each student. So we'll be giving each student a backpack, and then we'll be giving it with supplies. So like Ms. Curry mentioned earlier, we'll give basic supplies to the school site. Some teachers might ask for particular supplies for their classroom or their grade level. So we'll add those to the backpacks as well. And then we'll be giving those out as soon as we get all the materials. So we're getting it, it's coming in slowly, and then our pre-pupil supervisors are gonna help us pack them, and then once we have them all together, we'll let you know what days we're gonna be distributing them, okay? And that's for textbooks as well. Your teachers are they're gonna be asking the students, but it's really parents. If you want your child to have textbooks, the textbooks at home, let us know, and we will send the textbooks home, okay? Just in case one day there's no connectivity and he needs to do some assignments, he knows what they are, they have the textbooks there. Just about all of our textbooks are online, so a lot of times the reading assignments and all that, the teacher will shoot them on the screen because we have the online version also. But like I said, if you want the hardback, let us know. We'll send those to you. Practice book sheets, our teacher's going to be sending those home also, but we're going to be sending a little bit at a time. So let's say for first week, the first 2 weeks, the teacher wants to send pages 1 through 20, because that's what they work on in math, in the math practice book, then we're just going to tear them out and send them home with you guys. Okay, we'll let you know when you can pick them up. It's just that we send a practice book, sometimes they get lost, they get food on them, they get wet, et cetera, et cetera. Right now, I think we have enough for every child, but I don't know. I don't know if we have any extras. We'd have to order them and all that. So some of the lower grades will be doing that. Some of the upper grades, they might just send the whole practice book with the older kids a little bit, more responsible because of their age, hopefully, and we can do that. So that'll be we'll be sending out messages, tell a parent, our Class Dojo Facebook when we have those dates for distribution. Any questions on that, Pam?
No, just that, again, that if they would like textbooks, they would contact the teacher, and then they would be able to check them out with the idea that they would be returned.
All right. I think we're almost done. We're almost out of time here. So I just want to remind you in regards to our district PACE Center, which is the Parent Support Center. It's a great resource. Mrs. Green is the principal in charge of the PACE Center, and they're available for anything that you need. So if you need help, with your online registration, I don't know about ParentVUE, but online registration, maybe some type of, you have a question in regard to some of the programs and all that, they're available to get you that information. One of the things they're going to be offering starting tomorrow is parent trainings. Okay, so as you can see, here is the schedule for tomorrow. They'll have a Zoom training for parents in case you don't know how to use Zoom and you just want to support your child or you're familiar with it. They'll have it here. And then they'll have trainings on distance learning, an overview of what it entails, protocols, and all that. Google Classroom, like I said, this is one of the big pieces that as a district we're going to be using to push out the assignments, materials as far as worksheets and all that. Online is a Google Classroom. So if you want to know, want some training on that, that'll be offered tomorrow at 5:30. You can sign up for all of them. I think there's a link. I'll send. I'll see if I can find the link. But I don't know if these are the same. But just gives you an idea. Wednesday there's a Google Classroom and Class Dojo. Again, these are the two main platforms that we're using district-wide. This is for students, communication. Okay, parents and students. So Class Dojo. So if you want training on Class Dojo, there it is. These are also there. Like I said, you can use them on your laptop, your desktop. They both have phone applications also where you can download. They're not as friendly as the desktop version, but it'll get you. At least it'll get you what you need to do. Communicate or look at something. You can do that. Again, Thursday Zoom and Class Dojo. Friday Seesaw. Pam mentioned earlier. There's another educational platform that our teachers will be using. So if you want to know what that entails, it's for the lower grades. It's a TK second. Pam?
K-Second.
K-Second. So for K-Second Seesaw, so parents want to know. And then mine is another great tool. It's a reading tool, and that's for every grade level, right, Pam?
Yes, that is correct.
So those will be trainings that'll starting tomorrow. Also, the PACE Center offers ESL classes. If any relatives, friends, family members that need, they want to learn English or improve their English, you can sign up here. They'll be via Zoom, and they'll be starting September 1st. So any parent wants ESL classes. All right then, well, just right on time. Let's see if we can answer any final questions that anybody might have.
Okay, here we go. My student is in DI, and I'm not fluent, and neither is he. And often I do not understand instructions or statements or assignments. Your description stated that you encourage teacher to make recordings. Will those recordings be available immediately from Monday on?
You want to answer that? You want me to answer that?
Okay. The teacher, if you reach out to the teachers, we're all willing to work with you and support your child right now. And if that means translating them into English, I'm sure that the teacher would be willing to do that. That should not be a problem at all. just reach out and ask. If you don't ask, they may not know that that's an issue. So just be upfront and email them through Class Dojo, and they will address your needs.
And just to maybe ease your anxiety a little bit, we're asking our teachers, normally if we were here, we usually normally do a week of getting to know each other,
Yes.
teachers, classmates, learning our expectations. So being this a new experience, we're kind of expecting our teachers to go maybe 1 to 2, 3 weeks on those things, just getting to know each other, activities, et cetera, et cetera. So I really doubt that everybody have videos by Monday, but hopefully as we move along and they're getting into the actual curriculum and all that,
Yes.
we'll be working on that and posting those for you as well. Okay.
Okay, and I do have a message from Mrs. Green, the principal at the.
We lost you there, Pam. I think we just lost Pam. There you go. I hear you now.
Okay, so Mrs. Green said that there will be live links posted on the ECESD Facebook for any of the parent trainings that they cannot attend.
Perfect. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Esther. Ms. Green.
And let me see. Oh, how do we submit a doctor note so that they will not get SARBed?
Submit a what do you mean, a document?
A doctor's excuse, like if this has to be absent for a prolonged period.
Yeah, you would call our school. You can scan it, email it to Mrs. Fielder, Ms. Lopez, our secretaries. I know we're uploading on Parent View, but I don't know if we can upload that. But if anything, just scan it. The office is open. That's another thing. Our office is open right now from 8 to 4 every day. Again, social distancing, mask, and all that. One person at a time in the office. So if you need to drop off anything, you need to pick off something and drop something off, the office will be open during instructional time as well. So we're online. We're here also. Somebody will always be in office. I come to office every day. I mean, as much as try to work at home, it doesn't work out for me. I need to work from the office, so I will be here from 7:30 to 4:30. Anything else, Pam?
I'm still looking. Do we have to go to the school and go to the fence to see the class list? Is it going to be posted on the fence in front of the office, or can you post it on the school website?
We can't post a school website simply because that's student information. So due to privacy issues, we can't. Again, you can log into Parent View by Friday, and you can see your child's teacher there. But we will post on the fence also. We're just going to post them 6 feet apart. That way, if people come on campus, not everybody's together. Okay. So we are planning to do that also by the end of the day on Friday.
So it'll be on Parent View also, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I think we addressed. Okay, do even excused absences count for the child to be SARBed?
They do. But it like I said, it's by case basis. So we know, if I know that one of my students has a medical condition, et cetera, then I communicate that with Ms. Gonzalez because she'll send me a list of students that they're thinking about SARBing, et cetera. So usually I'll let her know what, Selena, we know that this child has this many days because there's a medical condition, that surgery or whatever. So as long as we're aware of it, it can become an issue, but usually it's not. If we do start them, it's more like I said, we're reaching out to parents, see how we can help you out. A lot of times people, the child has asthma. We want to make sure, have you gone to the doctor? We've had parents where, well, no, they don't have money, or they just take them to the doctor, they'll get over it. But that's, because of the asthma and severe it is, it's kept them from going to school. So, we try to see how we can help them out through our I forgot our center, our parent center, not the parent center, our, I want to say fact center, but it's not the fact center. Oh, yeah.
The PACE?
Is it not the PACE, the other one? The one by McKinley.
Oh, that is the fax center. You were right.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
we have the fax center that we can, you know, have them make contact with those parents with those issues and see how we can help them out.
Okay, and again, do we know where this presentation will be shared with other parents that could not attend?
Uh, I will, not right now, I don't know where, but I will let you guys know. We will post everywhere, okay?
And last thing, Mr. Nunez, Mrs. Curry noted that she is checking into the desks. That hasn't been asked before, so she will look into it and get back to you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Curry.
Thanks.
All right, then, I saw we had about 66 parents, which is, I mean, we're 500 students, so if I multiply that by 2 parents, that's about 1,000 parents. So, you know, like I said, hopefully we can post it somewhere else where people can see it. I know some people are working out of the commitments, but I want to thank you for those of you that joined. Hopefully we're able to bring down that anxiety filter or the affective filter, bring it down, and you're a little bit okay. But if not, if you still have questions and concerns, email me. I am super good at email. I will get back to you as fast as I can. The other thing I wanna do a publicity for our PTA. So our PTA will be active during this time. We have an amazing president, Miss Amy Vallarta, and she has me on my toes. Okay, so which is great. I'm not complaining. It's great, and I know that we're going to be doing a lot of great things. So if you want to become a member of PTA, we would truly appreciate it. It's $8, not a whole lot. $3 comes back to the school. I believe it's $3. Email correct me later. But if you go on to Facebook and look up for the PTA Facebook page, there's a section on there where you can click on Totem. It's called Totem. TOTEM, and you can go on there and you can become a member online. So you fill out the form and you pay your $8, and you're a member. And
Oh, Mr. Nunez, there is something from Victoria for ACES.
okay,
She says that she will have the ACES applications ready and they will be available on Friday. The parent can email her and she will send the application.
okay. So like Ms. Rola mentioned, we will have ACEs. You know, it's not like we normally have, but it's going to be a condensed version. So just for your information, parents, we will have ACEs on Mondays. It'll be 12:30 to 2:30, only 2 hours. Yeah, it's a virtual ACEs. 2 hours, an hour of academic support, an hour of enrichment. 12:30 to 2:30 on Mondays, and then Tuesday to Friday will be from 2:30 to 4:30. Okay, so if you're interested in that extra support, you know, keeping your child busy a little bit longer, that we will be offering that. And like Ms. Barola said, we'll get that information out there as soon as we can. All right, then. So I thank all of you that were able to join us. In about 20 minutes, I'll be doing the same thing in Spanish. So if you have any family members or anything like that, family members or friends that need Spanish, we will do it in Spanish again at 6 o'clock. And somebody asked if there's going to be speech services. There will be speech services. There will be band. It will be virtual, of course, but if your child's a speech student, then our speech therapist will be reaching out to you and let him know the date and time that they will log on and have their speech therapy with them, with the therapist, okay? And band, well, as soon as we get it banned for the new 4th graders that want to join band, and any 5th and 6th grader that still wants to join band, once we get that information from the band teacher, we will let you know, and that way you can sign up for band as well. All right, then. We have a great evening, everybody, and we look forward to a great school year. We ask for your support, and I know that we're going to do awesome. We have, like I said, Harding community is awesome. Our teachers, our students are awesome, and parents. So feel free to reach out. Like I said, emails work great for me, but Class Dojo is there also, and you can reach out and any concerns you have, just let us know. So have a great rest of your evening, and look forward to seeing you soon, either via Zoom or someday here on the campus. Take care, guys.